Welcome back, Nim fam. With the possible Haaland injury, is it time to sell him? And if so, who should we replace him with? What budget options are available to us? And who is the best captaincy choice? Here is my ultimate guide for Game Week 17. So let's start with Haaland. At the time of recording this video, we had been given news after the deadline that Haaland had not travelled with the squad to Luton. The word on the street was that he's been carrying a foot injury now for a while. Pep did somewhat confirm this injury after the Luton match, but his update was less than helpful, with several contradictions on whether he'll be back for Palace. There was positives and negatives all in one presser, so we'll need to see how the week pans out and if we get any more information on him. But should we sell him? This is incredibly tough. We do need more news, as I just said, on if he's going to start for Game Week 17. If there is any doubt about Game Week 17, then I think he's a sell. Bearing in mind he blanks in Game Week 18, and Salah will be the main captaincy choice for many in Game Week 19 against Burnley. And then Haaland can be bought back again for Game Week 20 against Sheffield United. So it's definitely a consideration. For those that got off of Watkins for Darwin, then a return to the safety of Watkins may be on the cards. Watkins is the second best for the striker points, and despite his blanks in Game Week 15 and 16, he is a player that tends to tick away with Brentford, Sheffield United and Man United in the next three. Only one of these are at home, where you could argue he is at his best, but FPL is all about consistency, and Watkins, like Saka, is just a player that will tick away and get you points. If you are an Alvarez owner and you hear that Haaland is out, then for me, Alvarez is a keep. He will be the main striker for City in Haaland's absence, and even if Haaland is okay, I feel that if he's carrying any kind of knock, Pep will play Alvarez for security. Just remember that Alvarez blanks in Game Week 18, so it's important to have a plan in place for that. Budget forward options have now become a thing, and for those of you considering upgrading Archer or looking to free up budget with Haaland or Darwin, then there are a few standout options in Cunha and Solanke, and one more option to come a little bit later on in this video, so stay tuned for that. Cunha has somewhat been flying under the radar, and to be honest, so have Wolves in general, but they have stepped up recently, and at the heart of that is Cunha at 5.7 million. He now has 5 goals and 3 assists from 37 shots this season, 20 of which have been on target. 3 of those goals and 1 of those assists coming in the last 4 game weeks, so he is bang on form. Now, he doesn't have the best fixtures on paper with West Ham, Chelsea and Brentford, but that shouldn't worry you. Cunha is getting returns in all kinds of fixtures, and as we've just seen, West Ham, Chelsea and Brentford defences haven't exactly been the best of late, with some serious weak moments in them. So Nimfam, I would love it if you could help me out. If you're enjoying this video so far, then please like and share and subscribe. We're so close to that 7k. It'd be so amazing to get there before the end of the year with you fabulous lot. Oh, and that sneaky little notification bell, then give that a little tickle. It'll show you when I'm uploading my next FPL content. I had the exact cash to do Archer to Solanke on Saturday night, and I was very close to doing it before the Haaland news, but I decided to hold on to my transfer and see how this situation panned out. Solanke is now the 4th best forward in the game behind Haaland, Watkins and Alvarez. He has 8 goals and 1 assist from 49 shots and 16 on target for the season, and has some tasty fixtures on paper in Luton, Forest and Fulham. These fixtures are tougher than they originally look though, so just be aware of that. The advantage Solanke has here is that 2 of those 3 fixtures are at home for him. Luton and Fulham have tended to do better when they are at home, so them being away could be an advantage to Solanke. Solanke is 6.6 million, making him a tad bit more expensive than Cunha though. Just something to bear in mind there. I would like to give a mention to an uber budget pick in Solanke's teammate Tavernier here too. I know it's a midfield slot and we're all pretty much packed up in there, but for those of you that are spicing things up with a 3-4-3, then Tavernier could just be your budget option at 5.4 million. He looked great against United where he got 2 assists, and now he has 2 goals and 3 assists for the season in total. So it could be a nice little differential for anyone looking for maybe a Luiz replacement now that he is suspended for a match, or just to free up some funds if you were holding on to Haaland. I'd also like to give Senesi at 4.3 a shout out in defence with 2 goals in the last 2 games. A potential great little budget option there. So let's move on to Fruitful Fulham, and they've had a bit of a tough start to the season, but the last 4 fixtures have been a turning point for them. They have definitely found their scoring boots for sure, with 16 goals in the last 4 games. That is insane. Fair play. There's a few options in attacking threat in this team, and you'll already know them all already. But since a lot of us already have a very full midfield, I wanted to highlight the return of Raul Jimenez. Just 5.2 million and now has 4 goals in 5 games. Newcastle may be a tough fixture up next for Fulham, but then they have Burnley. I know I've already mentioned Cunha and Solanke earlier as budget forward picks, but this guy could also be very well worth a shout. If you were finding it hard to find a way into the attacking sector of Fulham though, I would like to pick out Robertson as an option at just 4.4 million. This guy carries some attacking threat at a seriously cheap price. 3 assists in the last 5 games and 2 clean sheets. If you are struggling to find a good defender like me this season, and with clean sheets very hard to come by, this guy could be a serious option and a nice player to call off of your bench in a very busy festive period. If you are looking for help with your FPL team though, please check out the sponsors of this video, Fantasy Football Fix, where you can follow the world's best FPL managers team reveals live. Link is in the description below. Stay tuned for early captaincy thoughts. That is coming up very shortly. But is it now time to avoid United? After getting manager of the month, Ten Hag looked as if he may be turning things around at United. Maguire picking up player of the month too. However, Bournemouth found United's weaknesses and exploited them. The fear now is that this negativity will be a knock-on in the United camp, and with Liverpool, West Ham and Villa up next, I think it's a hard avoid for United assets to bring in at the moment. If you have them, then maybe they're a hold, but let's wait and see for some consistency and some better fixtures before considering them again. Okay, so early captaincy thoughts for game week 17. If Haaland is okay, then he still keeps his place as a good captaincy choice. However, after seeing Bournemouth put 3 past United last game week, I think it makes Salah at home the standout call this week with the iffiness around Haaland. If you wanted to take an outside punt, then I like Palmer as a shout at home against Sheffield United. Also Sonny. They could both be nice differentials. As always with captaincy shouts, it's usually quite good to keep them safe. And that's it. Thanks for watching, NimFam. I hope this helped you a lot. I'll be back tomorrow with a team selection video. Please do me a favour with popping a like and subscribing to the channel. Join the NimFam on the road to 10k. You're really helping me out. Until next time, Nimfria out.